Hello and welcome to the Draw Cartoons Discord showcase. It is August and that means it's time for another one. In this video, like every month, I'm going to show you guys what the Discord community has been drawing over there in the arts channel. If you wish to join the Discord, by the way, and contribute yourself, the link is down there in the description. Just like with watching this channel, you must be 13 years old or over in order to use Discord. We'll be waiting for you. I can't wait to see what you could contribute for next month's video if you get in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do end up enjoying it, please click that thumbs up. It does help the channel quite a lot. And what helps even more than that, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. With that, let's go. To start things off, we have this very impressive illustration by that zealous zarilla, bit of a tongue twister there. I love the rather muted color scheme. You've only used blues, reds and yellows. You're going for that kind of triadic color scheme there, but with also some very metallic green browns there. It's very effective and it really draws in the eye. The level of detail on this is extremely impressive as well. I love how you've taken the time to add in all those little lines to really make things just pop out. Cartoons don't have to be detailed, but they can really benefit from being so, as showcased here. This piece by Roblox Player 123 really caught my eye, not just because it's a very high quality drawing with lots of variation in line weight, but also because of a very interesting aspect of this character. If you look, well, right in front of you, you'll notice that they have no eyes. This is something that's quite rarely explored, but you will see this kind of thing in popular animations. Some cartoon characters will simply just be missing obvious features. Like in Cow and Chicken, the parents don't appear to have an upper body, they're just a pair of legs. And if you watch the somewhat recent Christmas movie called Klaus, there's a character in it called Pumpkin who does this exact thing. Their hair is over their eyes and you basically never see their eyes at all. Despite the character having something that's simply missing though, it can be, in its own way, weirdly unique and amusing and even expressive. It can even be used as a technique for the character expressing a very enhanced emotion when their eyes are finally visible. So yeah, really just had to point that out about this one. Squid the Banana is back again and impressing again. The shading on this one is very hot and colourful. Look at the yellows and the brown of the bat that they're holding. You'll see that the shading colour that they've used is quite a deep red. It's a colour that enhances the anger of the character's expression. They've also used a purple to shade the black of the top of their head and also their dungarees, which really just blends very well with the whole image. The grey background is very undistracting and basic. It keeps your focus on the character in the centre, and I even like that dotted kind of matrix style that you did for that backdrop as well. They kept the wings very simple, they're just like a white outline, and yet it's very effective. Just more proof that you don't have to overdo things to make them look good. Well, this one's a mood. That sebiperson has drawn basically my exact reaction to finding a large spider in my own home. Look, I can deal with the smaller ones, they don't scare me. It's those big creepy ones that I refuse to talk about any further that get to me. Anyway, really wanted to show this one off because of the incredibly expressive and over-the-top reaction from the character. Their expression is absolutely top-notch. The body language is right. They've got like that, I think it's a tail, they've got like the tail up, they've got like a leg up and out of the way, they've got an arm flinching away from the spider, but the eyes and the mouth are really the focus here. The eyes are absolutely huge and the mouth is so big that it's actually going off the edge of the chin and towards their neck. Very expressive, very over the top, and I love to see that in cartoons in general. One small tip for you: if you keep the pupils, that's the black bit of the eyes, if you keep those really small, like literally just dots, it will help to express even more horror and surprise in the character's expression. Jose is back and I really just wanted to point out the expression on this one. It is terrifying. They have a very menacing grin and I love that very classic sort of zigzag style for those clenched teeth. That's a very go-to shape for a menacing grin. If you want to draw a cartoon character that's grinning at you, but you want them to seem evil instead of friendly and approachable, zigzag teeth like that makes the teeth look very sharp and ready to bite. You will see this on a lot of cartoon dogs and on cartoon sharks as well. The eyes being empty and quite vacant is also quite haunting. Very spooky stuff. Now, we do pay a lot of attention to cartoons on this channel. It is called Draw Cartoons after all, but this is anything but a cartoon. This is a pretty lifelike sketch of a moth, and I was very, very impressed by this. Look at the detail of all the hairs and even the little antennae of this moth. It's a bit unfinished, it's missing a few shadows and a bit of refinement around the edges, but this is quite frankly gorgeous. It almost doesn't need those touches. Really, really lovely details on this. You even kept a bit of light shining on that rather large eye over there. This is just really, really lovely, Mochi. I'm so happy to see this kind of variation in your work. Sico has brought to the server this assortment of sketches which shows very impressive versatility in mood. Some serious, some outright spooky, some just simply interesting. The creases on the clothing, especially that arm on the middle figure and on their cloak, just really, really good and impressive to look at. There's also lots of cross-hatching in the shading as well. What I mean by that is I have actually done a tutorial on that in the past, which I will link in the top right, just here right now. But it's basically when you use straight lines to shade your drawing and going in varying different directions. It almost ends up as this stitched sort of patchwork style, and it looks especially good on clothing. I think the face over there in the top left is my favorite one here. I just love the values of it. You've got really, really dark parts where there's no light touching the character at all, but also some light parts to contrast them, which just really draws your eye in. The high level of detail and the sort of mask thing over the eyes is very cool. I love the design of that and the details on it as well. StupidTV has done this incredibly detailed drawing of SpongeBob SquarePants. Not only is this pose, this very expressive jumping in the air kind of yippee pose, very, very well drawn, with, you know, the fingers splayed out, this super happy, elated expression, the legs right up in the air. Yeah, not only all that, but look at SpongeBob's general figure here. You've got all these tiny little faces, you got like lollipops, you got like a bee, you got like a pencil, you've got all kinds of interesting shapes. No matter where you look at on this drawing, there is something new to see that you probably didn't notice before. It's like a drawing that just keeps giving. This kind of detail takes ages to do, and it's just really, really cool to look at. This is really cool. I really like this one. Goddessop has drawn this scientist looking through a telescope, possibly inspired by recent events with the James Webb going on up in space. The thing that really caught my eye here is the backdrop. I absolutely love that pink to purple gradient across the stars. It shows that the sun has only recently set. I don't know what this guy is looking at, but it is incredibly bright. I don't recommend that you look at something that bright with a telescope. This drawing is really good. I have a little bit of feedback. You might want to move the dock a little closer to the lens there of the telescope so it really looks like he's looking through it. And his ear is quite big, but you know, that's probably intended. I like the expression. He really does look like he's very much thinking hard about something there. And a very nice eye-catching choice of colors. This one is by Masy, and it's described as a self-portrait. It's incredibly abstract, but I just can't stop looking at it. What really draws my eye the most is the extremely vivid cyans against all the other colors. It just really, really stands out. It's almost like a beam of light or energy across the otherwise abstract and almost gruesome painting. It's something that's quite unlike a lot of the work that we show in these showcases. But part of the point of these showcases is to show the variety going on in the Discord. This does make me think of Salvador Dali's art a little bit, given its very strange nature. I'd love to see more stuff like this. Doom here has drawn the mask or helmet of Black Panther. Not only do I love the details, especially of the emblem right there in the center of the crown, but the thing that really drew my attention the most is the way the light bounces off the edges of the upper part of the mask. The blending is so smooth and so realistic, it's just incredibly impressive. If you look at this drawing and squint, it really does look like a very dark photograph. Excellent work here, Doom. Bucket has drawn one of the characters from Boondocks, and the likeness is very, very impressive. I love the way you drew the fingers. Drawing folded arms is really, really, really hard, but you've got it really good here. The stylization on the eyebrows, the eyes, the dreadlocks, it's very cool. It deserves a bit of inking if you can afford the time to do so. But yeah, I love to see some, you know, fan art of things, and it's especially impressive when you can get the likeness just so bang on like this. JD has been incredibly productive and busy. JD is possibly the most busy contributor to the arts channel in the Discord, but it's really paying dividends. JD has improved so much since the beginning of this year, and here is one of their latest pieces. I'm glad you're experimenting a bit with your style. This new kind of eye style absolutely rocks, and you've also simplified the hair a bit while keeping it big and expressive. Loving the expression. Keep an eye on that arm length. It might be a little too long, but everything else is looking really great. Try out some more dynamic poses as well. Here's a real tough guy drawn by Mackenzie. I wanted to include this piece because muscles are very, very hard to draw. There are references out there. There's loads of photos of people, you know, doing all kinds of poses and showing off their muscles. And they're all very, very useful for learning how to draw them because they're definitely one of the trickier parts of human anatomy to grasp. It does look like this guy probably skips a few leg days though, so make sure you're paying extra attention to those legs to make them look as strong as those arms. This is a really good start, Mackenzie. I wouldn't want to run into this guy in a dark alley, but he might leave me alone if I give him a protein bar. Hey MacD, what a menacing expression on this individual. So I absolutely love the way that you've drawn the hair. You can even see the finer details of just, you know, extra strands of hair really kind of reflecting that light. We do have a really good idea of where the light is coming from in this drawing. The shading is accurate as well, especially right over that forehead there where the hair kind of comes into contact with the face, but then as you follow it up towards the fringe, it comes away, so the shade becomes more blurry. Plaid patterns take a long time to make just because they're so detailed, so I appreciate that on the shirt. And just the way the shirt creases there across the chest as well. Really, really good attention to detail. And last but certainly not least, Leplam returns, and I love the wacky and expressive way of drawing this Dracula kind of vampire character here. That huge grin, and that they're pointing at someone, they're obviously saying something, maybe taunting a potential blood-sucking victim. Who knows? But that's something that I really like to see in illustrations like this. Some sort of action, instead of just standing there, something that the character is doing, and they don't even have to be there with another character. They can just be on their own, and it really makes your imagination kind of run away with it. It makes you think, what are they up to? What are they doing? And this piece absolutely does that. I also love how they've used a white kind of pen or marker, it could even be correction fluid, to just show the edges of the otherwise deep black cloak. And that's going to be it for August. Thank you everyone for your amazing contributions. Without them, I really wouldn't be able to hold much of a monthly Discord showcase, now would I? Don't forget to join the Discord yourself if you haven't already. The link for it is down there in the description right below this video. Just upload your artwork to the channel labeled art and I'll do the rest. Don't forget to click that thumbs up and subscribe to this channel before you go. Until next time.